and I don't get to have my 3-minute delay before the show. Spider Tom, playing PS5, waiting for Brad. Mm-hmm. 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 There goes Spider Tom. Let's go, Lando. Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 424. Wow, 424 of the Maritime Paintball Podcast. My name is Brad O'Dell, and with me, as always, is
your indelible king of paintball.
Indelible. We're moving to indelible.
We're going for more I words. I like I words.
Okay.
And of course, you kick on.
Happening. Is that what we're seeing here? Is that what's
No? I'm just going for I words. I like them. They're
so loud in my headphones. Oh my god!
I don't know. It's because it's been so long since we've been here.
It has been. It's been too long. It's been.
This is the third week. So we were gone 2 weeks.
So we took a 2-week hiatus on accident. One because, actually, I think both reasons were I was sick. No, the first one was Brittany was sick, and then I got sick, and then
you got sick, and because last Thursday, just before the show, I had that Doctor Strange. If I tell Brad what I'm doing, it's not going to happen. So I didn't tell Brad anything.
Yes,
and I went, and I now have the mobile embassy, and now that Cliff has been replaced, so we have a new truck, we have a new trailer. And I will be going mobile this summer. My first stop, baby, after Moncton and, getting the early camping out of the way, I'm going straight to enemy. I don't care what they're doing. I'm just going there. I don't care.
That.
I have decided. I have spoken. I am going there. Mel has already got me.
It is done.
I'm going to ask if I can be across from Junkie again. I kind of like that spot.
I'm assuming Junkie hasn't moved. So
I don't think that trailer's going anywhere.
No, that trailer is just going to be it's going to be claimed by the earth.
Yeah, Brad apparently has something he wants to talk about. So if I say something offensive, we blame it on C1D, and specifically the Kaiser, because everything is his fault.
Love it. Ryan Russell's in the chat. Explore Paintball. Jack Angelo, what's happening? We see you, folks. What is happening?
I forgot to check the waffle. Who won? Jackie, who won?
Which waffle?
It was the freebie tonight.
Oh, that's right. That filled up fast, eh?
Well, everybody got a number.
I didn't get a number.
I think you did.
I don't need it. I've got a mask. I don't need the V-Force. I don't like the V-Force, so it's actually better that I don't win that one.
It's still going on. So the faithful will be joining us in a few minutes when someone gets a free.
Okay, cool.
Free mask.
Okay, cool. If it's me, we'll give it away on the show.
I gave away the board I won.
I love that, man. That's great.
What are you going to do? You're going to put my fat ass on a skateboard and push me down a hill? Mm-mm.
I skateboard.
Well, I got hormesis.
Yes, you do. What the hell did you just knock down?
I knocked down my crown and my lucky cat because my lucky cat. But see, the lucky cat brought us.
Apparently, I'm number 72. Let's go.
I told you had a number.
I didn't know. I don't know. I didn't see it come through.
72.
Anyway. 72.
Wow, that's awesome. There's been some really good waffles, and people are giving stuff away. Like everyone's kind of helping everybody out with it. It's a really good.
It's good, man. It's good vibes. It's good vibes. I like that. I like the field is able to move some. It's an interesting way of moving product, but if it works, it works.
I mean, it's building something. People are always happy to win.
If it ain't broke, don't need to fix it.
Right.
Where's the waffle? It's over at Moncton Paintball. Go check them out. They're a fantastic sponsor of the show. Melissa says, "Hi, Maritimers. What's happening? Hello.
Hi. I was just talking about you. I'll be seeing you soon, Mummy."
So Mommy let's Weber. Talk about. Let's get the obvious out of the way. So last weekend was World Cup. We watched grown men act like absolute children and shoot the ever living hell out of each other.
Man,
there was some nasty shots, man. First of all, shout out to PB Fit, a rookie team. I'm going to use that term loosely, rookie team, for winning. I was just excited. I wanted Edmonton to win. I always want Edmonton to win because I root for the Canadian team, even though most of them aren't Canadian. But I was honestly, how do I word this? Dynasty deserved all the wins they got, but it was nice to see them not win for a change. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah. Well, it's like it's nice seeing Red Bull lose once in a while. It's nice seeing Ferrari lose once in a while.
Exactly. It's
nice
it's not exciting. I mean, it's still exciting to watch. It's still fun to watch. But like with F1, it's like you sit down and you're like, all right, cool. So is it Ferrari or Red Bull this time? You know what I mean? Like back and forth. This time it was like, all right, I wonder how bad Dynasty is going to beat everybody. And then Dynasty did not win. And I was like, oh, wow. Yeah, PB Fit. Unfortunately, I did not get to watch it the way I wanted to. I'll probably go back and watch it this weekend and I'll catch up on the streams. But life got in the way, man. #dad life got in the way.
That one clip that everybody sent around of Buddy jamming his marker up under the Buddy's chin and just going brap and lighting him up, and Buddy just kind of going like this.
Was that when he came running around the back? Like he got behind Buddy? Yeah, and he zipped him up the back of the head.
No. This was a different one. Buddy was crouched down low and he took the barrel of his marker and he jammed it up under Buddy's
I haven't seen that.
And he went bop, 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 and Buddy's head snapped and he just kind of goes like this and he walks away. Like he didn't get really apparently Buddy was just like whatever. And then there's the one video I sent you, gentlemen. None of those, but I'm going to invade your country soon.
Yeah, where Buddy's like, this isn't a game for kids anymore. Time to grow up. I was like,
the one I sent you, it's time for paintball to get hard again. That guy made me laugh so hard.
Right?
Like, this guy here.
I was like, okay, I hear you. But also take your penalty like a big boy and sit down and shut up. Like you messed up. You know what I mean? Like it's the same thing in hockey when somebody gets sent to the penalty box and like this was, and you could see them like they're not mic'd, so you just see like somebody waving their hands or like pouting in the penalty box, and it's like shut up, like you screwed up. The ref caught you. Take your lumps. Go. You know what I mean?
It's the one where Buddy's like, "That's so dirty." You see him getting mad, then he looks up, and he just goes, "Okay, yeah." He puts his head down. He was.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and it's like just take your lumps. I get where Buddy's coming from, where he's just like it's an adult game. Yes. Also, it's an adult game. You got caught. Like
we all understand that it's all legal if you don't get caught. So
absolutely.
If you get caught,
so it was. I think this was like one of the. I'm not going to say worst, but definitely not the best World Cups when it comes to like penalties and just like really intense personalities. Let's say that. It was intense, man. It was the bits that I did get to watch were fantastic. I want to go back and watch it all properly. Hopefully I can do that this weekend. I don't know. We'll see.
Good try on them for the Nova guys. The guys in the final 10 man, his guys lost. Listen.
Yeah, but you know what?
I'm going to invade that event next year, man. I want to go.
His guys might have lost, but they went out there with Novas, with all mechanical, and I mean they went at it. They did what they could, right? So shout out to those guys for well, first of all, shout out for Nova for setting up a team, and then shout out for the guys playing for Nova to go out with not the same marker as every other player at World Cup. It was nice to see somebody not shooting a 180R or a field one, or they use all your gear. Oh, well, that sucks.
Wow,
you're gonna rock Nova. You gotta rock Nova. Come on,
finger go faster.
Yeah. Anyways, I didn't get to watch it, so I'm hoping to go back and see it. So that's going to be a good time. I need to turn these headphones down. Oh, man, that's loud.
Lost in delivery. Did you send them by Pearson or by Ants Gear?
Don't
get me. I can't cuss, man. I'm still mad at Ants Gear for that.
Yeah.
I should know better. That's what happens when I'm impatient and I want something.
You literally bought parts of a mask after putting mine on.
I should have known that mask was beautiful, but
you put it on, you're like, I'm done, I'm buying this. And then like that night, like I'm like, we're watching Caddyshack. And
yeah,
you were just like on your phone, you're like, I just bought all the parts.
Yeah. And ended up with the ProFlex X bottoms, which I gave to Josh.
Nice.
And I ordered another set of bottoms, black and white bottoms. So it's going to look like what I wore at Street Ball. And I'm excited because that was so comfy and I could hear everything.
I'm thinking next year, if I can do it. Did your Dreadnought show up?
Yeah, I've had my Dreadnought for a while. Actually, it's going to come back in a package with you with a Hellion and an Odin that needs some of Daddy TJ's love. And maybe if you could put your camera on and record you yelling at me for whatever we did wrong,
and then put a void if removed by Brad sticker on the Hellion. Because that would make my day.
The last time you and I got to really speak, Tej, was just before the hurricane. And I decided to move. So next 30 days, I'm going to actually within the next month, I'm going to be into my final digs. Won't be moving for a while because, again, with the mobile embassy, I don't need to move anywhere.
Yeah.
And I don't have to sleep in your kid's bed if I come visit. That sounds terrible, but every time I come visit, you throw your kid out and I get to sleep in his room. I don't want to sleep in anybody's bed anymore. I'm done. I don't want to sleep in like a Airbnb
Nova,
bed.
I don't have money. Stop it, man. John Couture had to watch the draw. Who won?
Yeah, but it's not what we asked, John. Who won?
Yeah.
But
TJ, you got to stop, man. I got no money. Actually, that's something that might happen. It's sucks.
You can send me the link. I'm not going to buy him anything, but you can send me the link anyways.
There's a very serious possibility that I may have to not travel whatsoever next year for paintball, and I may have to reduce
You don't want me to. You don't want to demate me in public on this. You don't want to do it. You don't. Because
Wobbles, nobody's sleeping in your car. I've slept in cars. It sucks. There is no good way to sleep in a car.
I have now removed the cost of hotels. I have removed the cost of flights. I have made this as cheap as humanly possible for you and I to go play paintball. So get out there and start turning your ass out around that campus. And that campus that is on our beautiful radio station at 97.9 CHSR in Fredericton. Hi, everybody. Glad that you're listening to us tonight. We didn't actually mention that we're once again still on the radio somehow.
We're on the radio. Which is always fun to say. It's always nice. I actually did that. I got to drop that in an interview.
Zach Hamilton.
They
can't be mad.
Nope, can't be mad at him. No. It was actually kind of funny. I had an interview for the new job I have now, which is I'm loving it so far. It's been 2+ weeks, and I'm already like, I think this is it. And they were like, tell us something about yourself. And I was like, work or personal? And they're like, personal. I'm like, cool. And I dropped that I run a paintball podcast that is also on the radio. And they were like, wasn't expecting that.
Right?
So I was like, yeah, might have to donate some beard here. It's going to couple of dollars an inch.
And if you don't start behaving, Mr. TJ, and threatening us with a good time, I'm going to send TS to come visit you. Ooh. He's already driven through your country, and he's going to come back. I imagine there's some cigars you could bribe him with. He'd be really happy to see.
Nice.
My mother would be thrilled, though, but it'd be still funny as hell.
So that's, so we talked World Cup, which I didn't really get to watch, which hopefully I'd catch up over the weekend. Who wants to talk about the crazy shenanigans going on with HK Army and their headbands? Anybody want to talk? Anybody? Hands?
I don't care.
Hands? Bueller? Bueller?
Tell them to go away. Let's go.
Okay.
Speak. What about HK's headbands?
They got accused of using Nazi imagery. Weren't expecting that one, were you?
I told you not to tell me, and I'm really glad that you didn't. Okay.
So one of their headbands
put on another list.
One of their headbands had a zigzag pattern, 2 zigzags, one next to each other, on either side of the headband, and it very much looked like the SS logos that white supremacists would use. And
boys,
now,
where's your proofreader?
Here's the thing though, is like I seen those headbands come out and people were like, check out the new HK headbands. I was like, yeah, it's okay, cool. They're whatever. HK headbands are like $15. Who cares? Moved on. I didn't see the imagery until somebody had to literally be like, no, look at that. It's
someone had
zigzag.
to point that out to you.
Yeah, well, because it just looked like a lightning bolt pattern to me.
Yes, that's what the SS bolts are. They're like
but like I guess like that you're not there.
Maybe because
my head didn't go there.
Oh,
and then the other one.
How much of the? So let's go find these suckers on eBay now. Let's go see what they're going for.
They were. I think they sold them for all of like a day, and they pulled them. And then the other imagery, people were saying it looked like the eagles from the Nazi emblems, like the eagle with the spread wings.
Ooh, that's okay.
I didn't see the eagle. When somebody pointed that out, I was like, no. I was like, that's an Egyptian scarab. That's not eagle wings. That's scarab wings to me.
That's stretching.
That's the eagle one.
The eagle's stretching.
Right, because if you look at if you look up Egyptian scarab, you'll see that it's you. I think I may have actually found the image they used.
Can you screen share and show this to people? Like wobbles.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Anybody who just gets a second here. I missed you at Fulda. I'm telling you, I got to get my passport. We've already discussed my only issue I'll have traveling, and that doesn't seem like it's going to be a problem because your new president will want to make money off of it. So I will gladly drive on those really nice American roads. That's one thing them Yankees have.
Okay, let me see if I can do this, folks. I'm not using my regular computer, so
So Brad, there's no controversial opinion here. Somebody just screwed up on proofreading.
Okay. So
now please bear in mind that's black and white. It is not red and white and black like the originals.
Right. So, okay. So this one here, at first, like this is when I first saw it, and I was like, it's kind of boring, whatever, moved on. And somebody's like, no, look at the zigzag pattern. I was like, I don't see it. And they're like, it's SS. I'm like, it's zigzags. So maybe my mind's just not there. I don't know.
But look for the red one. You're looking at a non-colored.
I didn't know there was a red one. I only saw the black.
There's a red and white one.
Oh, that's a little different. Okay, red and white might be a little bit, yeah. And then this one down here, people were saying that's the.
Oh my. Okay.
But that's a scarab. That's an Egyptian scarab.
It is. But if you're putting it in conjunction with those lightning bolts, I could see why people might see that.
Yeah.
At this point, you are already Deutschland. Like we are going to have some troubles here.
So I'm but again, I'm of my mindset of this was I don't see it, and I never would have saw it unless somebody pointed it out to me.
I don't want to show you my recent YouTube playlist of World War II history that I've been watching, kind of sitting in my chair.
So John Vertour is with me. He's like, I see 2 lightning bolts. And we're like, yeah. And Jack Angelo says, I see an SS symbol. Bonchik says, you have some splaining to do. Why weren't you both at Fulda tapping foot expectantly?
No passport.
No money.
These 4.
Also, a week after Fulda, I was in Chicago. So it wasn't going to work out.
I will be driving down though. So you know what? I could bring Cody with me. We could stuff Stapleton in the back of that car. He might be a good one. So,
So with these headbands, I don't know, because they use third party artists, right? So it's not just somebody at HK designing these. These are like, as far as I understand, they have like people submitting designs to them. Now, HK's response was not great. Instead of going, oh, wow, maybe we should take a second look at this. We're going to put these on hold. We're going to pull them off the site. Let us investigate and we'll get back to you. And then they probably come back and say, well, that's not our intention. Wasn't these symbols. We're going to pull them anyways, just to be safe. That's how they should have done this. Instead on Reddit, and I can't find it now. So if somebody finds it, please let me know. Somebody from HK was like, you guys are losing your minds over this, but there's people doing atrocious things at DAI, talking about the scandal with the CEO from DAI, who is in court for some very nasty stuff. So that was their response was, you guys are blowing us up for this, but you're still, but you're still buying DAI stuff. And that definitely didn't help. So,
that's pretty funny.
So so I guess I don't know, maybe just because my mind's not there, I just was like, I was like, I don't see it. So me personally, I think a lot of people made a bit of a mountain out of a molehill.
She's on to something. I like that one. It's the S's from Kiss.
Sure. So okay. So
I could accept that. And you know what? You could go back and look at it, and you could say it was could have been inspired by Kiss because of the feathers and all that stuff. Okay, I could let that go. Unfortunately,
right. Actually, you know what? Looking at so it turns out when you type in just the word Kiss into Google Images, it does not show you Kiss the band. So yeah. So maybe I'm just being, I don't know, not a contrarian or anything like that. I don't see it. I'm a boomer now.
If you were a boomer, you'd be right up there just smiling, being like, there's nothing wrong with that. Oh wait, you are.
I don't. I understand.
Wrong with it.
I feel like HK should have.
They probably should have.
I feel like HK handled it wrong.
I feel like
so. If we take a look at this, we're looking at the Kiss logo. Those. Oh my! You know what? Hold on.
Thanks, Bond. You just needed to give him something to defend these. To defend.
No, not defending, but when she mentioned it and she's like, looks like the Kiss logo, and I was like, does it? It really does.
It does. It
the
does.
Proportions are a little wrong though.
No, but the spirits, the intentions are there. So I mean, they weren't
so
definitely. HK's definitely not. No. It was just an unfortunate. It was an unfortunate.
I don't think it was
bad editing.
I don't think it was. I think HK handled it wrong. I think there's a death head on a green one also.
If there's the death head units, then
are they still up, or did they pull that one too?
I mean, that's pretty egregious.
Because if there's a death head one, then I will retract all of my not argument, but I will retract all of my
you'll be a little less
argument.
Willing to
I guess it was an argument. There's definitely one with skulls on it, but skull and crossbones.
HK puts skulls on everything.
Yes. So does Infamous.
I like those HK Scully masks. They're tacky because it's a skull, but I still
they're cringy and they know it.
Yeah.
No, not like they're owning it. You know what I mean? Like it's like they're kind of just like, it's like we know what we are, and we rock it, and you don't like us because of it. Deal with it.
If you like Five Finger Death Punch,
Five Finger Fruit Punch.
I
heard somebody call them that once. I cannot unhear it now.
I could really go for some Hawaiian punch right now.
I don't think I've had Hawaiian punch in years.
I mean, it's just sugar and a little bit of water. It
really is what it is. So I'm going through like all of their headbands. They sell an all black headband for $16.
It's just a black piece of felt with HK Army on it.
It doesn't even have HK Army on it. It's just black.
Again,
that's it. Anyways, yeah. It's enough of that.
That's enough Nazi imagery for me.
Yeah.
I did not see that one coming.
So as far as I understand, they use a third-party designer. They did. I think HK just kind of fumbled this hard. If they had just said, "Oh wow, we didn't see that. Our bad."
Oh god, yeah.
Right, like because I didn't see it right away, so I can understand somebody looking at design and go, "Cool," and then moving on because they've got 400 other designs to look at. You know.
But at the same time, nobody in any way, shape, or form should be going on Reddit to comment on any sort of controversy.
So there's a guy from HK who regularly posts on Reddit, and his little flair is he works for HK. He's like their brand guy. He's like their public relations guy, and he fumbled probably hard.
Not say anything on Reddit. Do not address it on Reddit. That is no. Yeah. Don't give everybody a voice. There's a reason you're not supposed to give everybody a voice.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Everybody should be allowed to speak equally. Rada, rada, rada. But for the love of God, if you give 10,000 monkeys, 10,000 typewriters, you get Reddit.
I love that. But you're not wrong. Everybody has the opinion. Everyone has the right.
I get it.
Everyone has the right to voice their opinions. I also have the right to call you an idiot.
Wolf and his posts always kind of like poking people. Make punching Nazis okay again. It was never not okay.
I don't know, man. I'm not. You know what? I'm not going to get into that argument because
I'm prodding you intentionally, and I know
because
Anyways,
they're too comfortable in the open, and we need to make them uncomfortable again.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So we need to channel the inner Blues Brothers. Just run them down off the bridge. That's a scene from the Blues Brothers. I'm not invoking that.
No, God, no. It's a tribute to the scene. It's a great scene. Fantastic movie.
If you give 10,000 monkeys 10,000 markers, you have paintball. No, that's far more organized than the average paintball game.
Yeah. Monkeys, not so much monkeys. I would say maybe chimpanzees or...
I would say if you give 10,000 cats 10,000 markers, you'd end up with an actual paintball game. Folks, if you have an opinion on anything I've said today, feel free to call in. The phones are working. 506-453-4979. Feel free to call in. Let us know what you think, especially if we're talking like, what'd you think of World Cup? What'd you think of the HK thing? What do you think of King here having
a devil fella? I love you guys. Our chats I love our chat.
We have a very colorful chat, and I love it. I'm not even going to try and pronounce Derek's last name. They are out in the open, man. I've seen them they're out in the open and
the savage ones here.
Pulling out the 90s, early 2000s.
I have been wanting to watch Scary Movie. Just talking about stuff that doesn't hold up. Like political correctness doesn't hold up well, and everything I love. If I showed it to people today, like my nieces and nephews, we showed them. Oh God,
bro, you want to see a show? You want to go back and watch a show that was supposed to be a kids show that does not hold up to the standards of 2024? Rocco's Modern Life.
Early Nickelodeon, man.
Oh yeah, everything on early Nickelodeon was just. It it was what Adult Swim turned into.
Well, Rocco's, you had Ren and Stimpy at Rocco's Modern Life. You had Cow
Even
and
early
Chicken.
SpongeBob. SpongeBob had a lot of stuff hidden in it. The Vulcan Ripsaw. I don't care. It's a 98 custom with a different shell on it, and I will fight that tooth and nail until somebody puts one in my hand and I can tear it apart and I can prove to myself that it's not a 98 custom with a different shell on it. But judging by the look of the back of that thing and the way the bolt racks on it, that is a 98 custom. So, yeah, okay, here, let's go. You know what? The Vulcan Ripsaw.
For those of you not listening, paying attention, watching us on the stream tonight, the Vulcan Ripsaw is a paintball marker that makes MagFed go click click, and it's kind of nice to have. So it's.
Come on, Vulcan, give me a larger image. Okay? So we're gonna do. Okay, hold on. Tippmann 98 custom. We're gonna do a side by side comparison here, folks.
Actually wanted to be, but Tippmann was like, "No, FS are bad. No, paintball are bad. If you want to shoot FSR, buy something that can do it right out of the box. Don't worry about doing it."
Let's share this out. So, folks, and again, folks, if you have an opinion on this, if you think I'm wrong, feel free to call in. But remember, I can drop your call at any point. So, I'm joking. Okay, let's look at this for a quick second. See this bracket here? See this little nub, and see the way that it goes back by about, I don't know, 1.5 inches, 2 inches, right? See how that looks? Everyone here with me?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. What does that look like?
I mean,
little nub goes back about 1.5 inches.
He's making, but Derek's making a point though. It's an entry level FSR capable MagFed marker.
Okay, so hear me out. No. That's fine. That's fine. It's got some cool features on it. It's basically what it looks like to me is it looks like Vulcan looked at the Chronos, looked at what everyone was doing to it to mod it, and went, "Why don't we just do that stock?"
I mean,
but right, like So I was like, okay, cool, because it uses the Didam mags.
Here we go. Here we go. I think I like that. I think there's the comment right there.
Where is it? TMC is reliable. It is now a TSC that takes EMF mags. Technically, Didam mags. I don't think they ever actually talk about taking EMF mags. They always show the die mag. And I think they do that on purpose.
That's schmexy, though, because you know what that means? The die box mag.
The die box mag uses Bluetooth to communicate with the marker. I don't know if it will work.
Me. I've still got our box mag, and I'm attaching it back to the TMC. So,
no, that's fine. That's the MCS box mag would work. It does, of course. The CF20 mag and the Didam mag are the same. The CF20 is based off the Didam mag. They have the same head. Because the EMF was launched, the MG100. Sorry, the EMF 100 originally launched as the MG 100, and it was designed to use Didam mags. Thank you, Matt.
I was going to say, if someone else in the chat's going to correct you if you're wrong, it's going to be him.
Nope, he's got my back. Thanks, Matt. No, the Vulcan Ripsaw, don't get me wrong, the Vulcan Ripsaw, I'm like, cool, okay, awesome. It's an entry-level marker that shoots first strikes. Love it. That's cool.
I wouldn't kick it out of bed for eating cookies.
No, exactly. And the only thing is I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, cool. I understand what it's doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Maybe it's just I have this thing with Vulcan where it's like they talk about, oh, we're releasing this product. I'm like, you are licensing that product. Like when they launched their version, like when they got into MagFed, it was all the old Milsig stuff that they just slapped Vulcan on and was like, let's rock and roll.
Hey, listen, if the stock's there, get it into the hands of the players.
It crashed and burned. Nobody bought it.
Damn, I tried.
I know, right? And also before anyone comes at me, 99% of the paintball companies out there, they just license this shit from like actual, like from Chinese and Taiwanese manufacturers. So apples are apples, oranges are oranges, ain't falling for the banana in the tailpipe.
This guy,
right?
He cooks.
So he cooks. That's a great little marker. But if people are going to be like, MagFed's back on the menu because Vulcan has released a half. Also, first of all, they released it, but it's still only for pre-order. So you can't it's just, I want something new. I don't want something reinvented. Like, I want to see something new. I was actually talking with Ben about that. We were in Chicago. We were saying he was talking to somebody saying that somebody was looking at taking an existing engine, and they were like, we're going to tweak it and make it better. He was like, or you could just invent a new one instead of reinventing the wheel. Like, it already exists. Why are you trying to make it come back? It went away for a reason.
You add a clock to it.
Add a clock?
Add a clock.
As in like a game clock.
Clock. Tick, tick. Tells the time.
Yeah.
Just add a clock to it.
I'm just going to tape a $5 Timex watch to something and ship it to you. Here you go.
I'm telling you, man, add a clock to it. Add a watch.
It's Matt's saying it's a gateway marker into MagFed. I'll give it that. The price point is not too bad, $300, but it's $300 US. It's almost 500 Canadian. So we'll see how it does. We'll see how it performs. I'm a little disappointed that it looks like it's running 98 internals. I would have rather see like maybe A5 internals or Phenom internals. 98s are reliable. They're also very hard on paint, though. Entry-level marker actually has appeal to get more players in. More players equals more incentive to make cool new shit. It's true. We need to get more players. If you want more MagFed stuff, you got to get more people into MagFed.
That's how you do it.
For sure. I wonder if it's like, are we ever going to see? Because MagFed, people talk about MagFed like, oh well, it's this new thing. It's not. It's been around for almost a decade. Why are we still struggling to get a good entry marker? Why are we still struggling? Because MagFed's a niche of a niche, right? Like, don't know what an entry level player shooting first strikes. That's true. But that being said, it's probably just as easy to make a marker that can shoot a first strike as it is to make a marker that can shoot a round ball. You just carve out the chamber. So I understand why they did first strike capable.
Oh yeah, well everybody wanted a first strike capable marker right out of the box that was reasonably priced. Here you go.
Yeah. No, that's it, right? And
quit your bitching. You want it? Buy it. Go play.
Yeah. No, absolutely. If you can find one and go play, absolutely. It's a
vicious cycle. It's a vicious cycle that we've clubbed. We've clubbed quite a bit, and I'll continue to club it.
Lack of demand and market to sell to. Right. There's a lack of market and there's a lack of demand. So why is there a lack of demand? Is it because people don't get into MagFed right off the crack, or is it because Vulcan.ca has it $301? Okay, if Vulcan Canada is selling it for $300, I like that price point. That's good because I think I was quickly looking at .com, so maybe they got the same price point just to keep everything simple. That's kind of cool. I like that.
That's a nice price.
$300. Yeah, let's go I want to go check. Let's go check Badlands. Because I want to check the price of a couple other things and just kind of compare. So for comparison, yeah, $300. I mean, no, I was going to say $300 is definitely a good price point. I just couldn't remember the price of an EMF 100, and they start at $900. It would be nice to see Tippmann maybe launch a TMC 2.0 that's got some quality of life upgrades to it, but I don't think we'll ever see that. It has a clock. Timer. Yeah. It needs a clock.
It needs a clock. Like the game timer, shot clock, all those fancy things that the fancy lads have.
What MagFed needs is a competitor to the first strike round. MCS, when's your shaped round coming out? Or is that still vaporware? I don't think you'll ever see another shaped projectile. Not for paintball, anyways. It's Keith saying, in business, the only real money is in the growth. And when you get to the top with all the other growers, you have to do it 10 different ways just to keep up with everybody else who's at the surface. The management represses the employment to get more yield. Timmon is done. Timmon is owned by a hedge firm, an investment firm. So they're not interested in innovation. They're interested in profits, which is just the way of the world. Mag Gear sells less new gear because MagFed guys are broke and buy their gear secondhand, and most of the existing markers just cycle hands. I wonder why that is. I've noticed that. I've noticed a lot of MagFed players. Like MagFed seems to attract the players who don't have a whole lot of cash.
I think a lot of the times it's not that they don't have a lot of cash. It's that they've bought their kit. They bought their kit. They bought their mask. They bought their marker. They bought their pod packs. They bought their kit. And then they went out and one day their butthole friend said, "Here, try a MagFed marker." And you went, "Oh my God, that's so cool. But I don't want to spend $900 to buy an EMF. But my buddy is selling a TMC for $300 that's ready to go, that's broken in, and I don't have to screw with it."
Right. And yeah, Derek brings up a good point. The secondhand market for speedball markers, that speedballers will swap markers more often than they'll swap socks. Like I've seen that happen where they get a gun, they play for a season, they sell it, and then they're looking for something else. MagFed,
I would like you to stop talking about me like I'm not in the room.
MagFed's a different beast. I think MagFed's got just a totally different mentality too. MagFed players aren't. They don't have the same mentality as speedball players, so they're thinking about gear different too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, look again. You can use the airsoft guys as a very, very good analog to that kind of mentality of the way you buy your gear, the way you kit yourself out. It's a very. Again,
I wonder if it's with when it comes to the MagFed stuff, you've got. So let's go with the TMC, right? We're gonna go low end here, right? Just I want to do entry level. You get your mask, you get your TMC, you get your mags, you get your tank. Okay, so you got your mask, your tank, your marker, your mags. That's pretty much what you need, right? To play, bare minimum. Cool. Nothing else you own comes from a paintball company. Odds are you're buying a rig from like an airsoft company, your combats or whatever comes from an airsoft company, or comes from like some, a seller of tactical gear, your helmet, your ear protection, because a lot of the guys are taking the ears off their masks and replacing them with the ear protection headphones.
I'd seen that. I'd wondered about that.
I don't like it. I think it's incredibly unsafe. Not because I don't think that those can protect you if they take a hit. I'm sure they can. I'm just thinking if you trip and fall, they come off your head. Your ears are now exposed. That being said, that would require a MagFed player to actually run.
See those lads that were playing with no bottoms? Did I send you that video?
The airsoft guys?
No. These was for paintballers. They were wearing their goggles.
Yeah.
No bottoms to the frames.
Yeah, bottoms didn't show up until like the 90s.
This was recently.
Oh, that's gross.
This was like recent video from the States somewhere in the South. And it's this big lad. And they go, "Look at these guys." And Buddy just turns around and he's just got the visors.
Gross. Nope. Hard pass.
No.
I've eaten far too many paintballs.
There was no mesh. There was nothing. Like, I am not crazy. They had just goggles and a strap and open mouth, and I've eaten enough paintballs And I've been hitting enough in the lips, and I like my teeth where they are. Thanks.
Yep.
It's easier to run without a hopper, but you're adding 20 pounds of gear minimum to carry those mags. It's a cardio workout.
Without
it's
a big ass hopper. I don't notice my hopper. Baby. I run faster with the speedball kit than I do with a MagFed kit. Because that's one of the big things is MagFed is aesthetics first, function second, and then speedball is function first, aesthetics second. That's why every speedball gun looks the same, is because they've refined it to the sheer point of there's nothing else you could do. Like, whereas MagFed is like, well, we got to have the hand guard to protect your hand against the barrel of what? It's not real steel. The barrel's not getting hot. I could hold on to the tip of the barrel if I wanted to and pull the trigger, and the paintball's not going to hurt me. And it's like, oh, well, you need the stock for stability. For what? Recoil.
When I took the butt stock off of my TMC and I just put a 13 CI tank on, and I made that thing look like the most raggedy ass piece of gear that I have. I pulled it out when I was packing up in the garage, and I was getting all my markers put away, and I had all my Tipmans, and I pulled my TMC out and I put a mag in, and I put the tank to it and went pop, pop. And I went, ha, haven't fired it in 2 years. Put it back in the box.
No, and that's where the 98 custom internals are great, because they're indestructible. Unfortunately, the paint that they're hitting is not. You just got to make sure you got good thick shelled paint. Derek says he runs a vest with 6 mags on his chest. I much prefer that over a big electronic hopper and a 68 CI tank and 4 pods. 1, you don't need a 68 CI tank. 2, your hopper's big, get a smaller hopper. This is where
stop being a bitch.
No, but this is
being a wiener.
This is where you end up with, like, this is where you got MagFed guys who will defend MagFed and die on that hill because they will pinpoint where speedball can be cumbersome, and then speedballers will pinpoint onto MagFed where their gear is cumbersome, and they will die on that hill, and it just goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. As somebody who's played both,
I still to this day
love dog people versus cat people. That's what it is. MagFed and speedball is cat people versus dog people. They both love animals. They just love different animals. I like that.
I mean, more than the 13 CI I run now. I agree. 13 CI, you're not getting very far, but I usually get out before I get through all the mags anyways. So
exactly. And I mean,
that's me. I'm a terrible paintball player.
Right. And like, if you have 4 pods, there is absolutely no reason to have a 68 CI tank. 68 CI, you're going out with 10 pods and you're not running. You're going to the back corner and you're locking down a lane.
68.
This is like this big.
A 60, dude, 68 is a standard size. Are you thinking of a 78?
No, I'm thinking of the peanut. I'm thinking I had a 48.
I use the 50 peanut is what I use.
Yeah.
You've got your standard 68, and then you've got that big ass one that I ran at D-Day that I got from Corey. That's like a 78. That you're running 10 pods in a hopper. A 68, his number's a little closer. 4 pods.
4 pods is only 400 plus paintballs.
4 pods plus a full hopper is going to be your 50 CI. Maybe 2 more if you've got an efficient marker, but if you're just sitting there ripping speed like paint.
Yeah, 68 at 4,500 PSI. Yeah, I must be confusing with a 78.
Yeah. And that's assuming that you're not running an A5 or anything with a cyclone feed. Because if you're running anything with that cyclone feed, you're not running 4 pods. You're running 2.
Yeah. That's a different beast in all itself.
10 pods. That's a lot, man. I've carried like 10 pods, and I'm like, you can hear me jiggling.
I don't think I ever get 140. Well, 120 rounds usually for my pods. I think 120, 130. But I know I've definitely gone out with 5 to 6 pods, and I've shot all my paint on a 68.
Yeah, but by the time you're coming to the end of it, you're not getting full velocity unless you're running something super efficient or.
Yeah, and that's where I wonder too, is like, I wonder if a lot of people who got into speedball and they were like, this is garbage, is because they had a bad combination of gear. Especially if you're running like a steel tank. That's the other thing too. If you're running a steel 68, that thing weighs a ton, and I run a carbon fiber, which means my gear weighs nothing. You know? Look up Gator Mail.
Yeah. Right here, baby. Loves my Gator Mail. Everybody should have something. If you're a large lad or you're a chunky butt like me and you don't have a magnificent beard like my partner over here, it'll cover your double chin, which even I'm having a harder time finding my double chin. I seem to have almost lost it. I'm very happy. The Gator Mail still protects you here down. It'll get you down just to your collarbone. It'll catch a first strike. Most likely it's going to break, but it's not going to hit your skin. And if it does, it's like an eighth. It's during street ball, I got shot all the way up the shoulder, up the neck, up the side of the face. And when I walked off, it was speedball paint. So
breaks pretty easy, doesn't hurt, doesn't hit as hard.
Dude, that paint we had at street ball was it was just gorgeous. And it just pop. I got lit up and I'm just like, I had to look at the ref and go, I got shot in the head. And the ref's like, yeah, right here. I'm like, wow. Like, that paint broke really nice.
Right? Yeah.
And then there's 3,000 PSI versus 4,500.
Absolutely. That's why I always wonder if it's like, and that's where it always sucks when somebody tries paintball and they're like, this game sucks. It's like, because all your gear sucked. Like you went out with a massive non-electronic hopper with a gun that is so inefficient with a steel
Wolf only carries
3
3 pods on him.
Huh?
Wolf only carries 3 pods on him. I've never seen Wolf carry 1 pod on him.
I've seen him carry 3 pods, but he's also going out with that box mag fully loaded too. So
thank you. He's had the box. That's right, with the box mag, and just go, yeah.
And then he's got the mag when he rocks the mag fed stuff. I've
never seen him use a hopper.
I've seen him use a box mag.
But I've never seen it. That's what was throwing me off. I'm like,
oh yeah, no, he's got.
I would love.
I've seen him with the speedball gun every once in a while. Not
I've
often.
Seen pictures of him with it, and that would be pretty cool. I'd like that'd be
all staged, 100%.
Don't get.
I'm joking, but I love you.
Stop that.
You know, we need to come up with a new joke for him because the parking lot joke is done.
I didn't know that joke. I wasn't around for that. The only time I ever see Wolf is either when we have dinner, because the man knows where to get good food, or he's laying in the woods someplace and I don't see him. I'll see him kind of creeping out at the end of the day, coming out of the woods. But
my thing is hearing him laugh. Doesn't matter where I am on the staging, like on the staging area, I can hear that man laugh from a mile away.
It's because there's love in that laugh,
right?
There's no maliciousness in that laugh.
I'd say he'd make a great Santa, but he's way too fit. You'd have to rock a pillow under the shirt or something. But he's got that
gun makes me feel like I'm cheating. Oh, I want to play speedball against it. I'm getting my ass kicked by the Wolf. We're doing that one day, buddy. That's going to be fun.
Yeah. Cool. We got about 6 minutes left? 5.5 minutes. We're making good time. We're making good time. So, what else do we have? Anything else? We got You've got your new trailer, which you're going to be littlest hoboing it around.
Oh man, I'm going to crank the littlest hobo when I roll into enemy. I'm going to have the littlest hobo theme. I was going to have some DJ Flatman, but nope, littlest hobo theme, baby.
If you're going to do DJ Blatman, you've got to be coming in way too fast, hitting the potholes, and just the trailer itself, just like it's holding on by the chains.
This trailer is far too nice, and it's going to absolutely lower the property value of Galway.
That's fine. I don't know how we're going to do it because I know we've got the mobile embassy. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm hoping for 2026. Like I said, 2025 is going to be a very weird year. We're going to see how it goes. We're going to play it by ear, but we're going to see how it goes. I can't go into details, but it's going to be an interesting year. 2026, though, I'm hoping realistically, I've been driving past a place that builds baby barns, and I'm loving the idea of dropping a baby barn at Moncton and cutting the side out of it. Littlest hobo at last call. I love that.
Your friend is a legend. That's how you get people the hell out of the bar.
What was it from Futurama where he's like looking through the records and he pulls out the Breakfast Club soundtrack? He's like, this will clear the dance floor at the end of the night. Like, you got to think about that stuff. DJs got to think about that. How do you get everyone out? How do you get them gone?
That's
why you pay a DJ good money.
Of a metalcore show, and to clear everybody out, they put on Cher. And
and it turned into a dance party.
It crosses over. Same thing with punk fans and show tunes.
Yes,
there's a crossover there.
Yep. Yep. It's because what it was is the main difference with the punks and the show tunes is that at one point in your life you either become depressed and artistic and go to theater, or you become angry and artistic and go punk. Like you're either emotional or just angry.
You either go Rocky Horror or you go Misfits.
Yes. Right? Because
Rocky Horror, baby.
Man, I watched that like 2 weeks ago. I was flipping through Netflix and I was like, I haven't watched this in years. Let's put this on. Let's go.
Tim Curry, man.
What was it?
Absolute legend.
What was the meme I seen about Tim Curry? It was the Muppets. It was Michael Caine did such a great job with the Muppets because he treated the Muppets like an actor, and then Tim Curry did such a great job because he treated himself like a Muppet.
Muppet Treasure Island.
Yeah. He's basically a human Muppet. Whereas in A Christmas Carol, it's Michael Caine treats the Muppets like regular actors.
Yeah, that's like that joke saying take any movie you can think of and take the main character and replace the rest of the cast with Muppets and tell me that it's not a good movie, like Die Hard.
Oh my God. Well, isn't that the whole point? What movie was that they did? It was like adult Muppets.
Oh, could be anything. Could be anything.
No, there was an actual movie that did that.
Oh, the Happy Time Murders.
Yes.
That's twisted, man. I loved it.
If you want to see, you'd have to hunt for it on YouTube, but look up Avenue Q. It's basically a play on, it's like adult Sesame Street.
Greg the Bunny.
Oh man.
Core memory unlocked.
Oh, buddy. I forgot about him.
I like ashtrays. I like you. Tardy, what do you think of ashtrays? I like ashtrays. The turtle. Oh my God. That turtle is so funny.
Oh man. That was
a
speech
impediment. Yeah, it was Seth Green, Sarah Silverman, Eugene Levy.
Yes.
Great show.
Oh man. Welcome to the Maritime Paintball Puppet Podcast.
Puppet Podcast, yeah.
Man, The Happy Time Murders was fantastic. Such a good movie.
I'm flattered because I have no life.
Right. So we're going to have to wrap it up, folks. We got about 30 seconds left. And on that bombshell, it's been a blast, folks. Having such a great time. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and chit-chatting with us and all that jazz. If you're listening to us on the radio, if you're listening on 97.9 CHSR FM, please come find us on the socials, Maritime Paintball Podcast. We're on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, all that jazz. And keep an eye on our socials. We'll be dropping the Discord link here shortly so you can come join us. But that's it, folks. We're out of here. Until next week. Cheers.
Toodles.